Africa needed an organization that, because, in order for us to solve our problems, we needed that organization, and, that whole concept of African problems needs African solutions, a divide in the continent. And he had to go around 32 countries to...
So he actually went to 32 individual countries and talked to 32 individual leaders?
Their leaders and their foreign ministers as well.
Amazing.
And he had to convince them that, there's a meeting in Addis. We have planned a meeting in May, that you all have to come and participate. And through that, there will be some kind of unity. And we'll create an organization as well. And these were big leaders. We're talking about Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Touré, Modibo Keita, and Tafawa Balewa on the other side, Houphouët Boigny. These are big names and charismatic leaders who stuck to their ideas. Like Kwame Nkrumah, he wanted unity now. And they said no. So, and a few things happened too. During that time, the president of Togo was killed during a coup d'etat. So that even made it worse, one blaming the other. So the situation was really bad when my father went out to ask them to come to Addis. And some were not even in speaking terms. But he convinced them, though. He convinced them that, and I believe there are several reasons. They know that he was a true Pan-Africanist because they've seen his work in freedom, how he helped freedom fighters and how he was advocating for the continent. And he had made very good friends with the leaders and their foreign ministers. So I think that helped him a lot. And he had this personality as well. And he had the knack of convincing people to see it his way.
So he had these two groups joined as one, but there was this minor issue which kind of morphed into a major issue. The diplomatic battle that your father had to deal with a number of African leaders like Nigeria, Egypt, Senegal. Each country wanted the Organization of African Unity headquarters in their own cities.
True.
So how did your father rectify that problem?
Well, it was a huge prize to have the OAU headquartered in your capital because that makes you the de facto capital of Africa. So it was, and so my father, it was, there was a foreign ministers meeting in Dakar, and prior to that, Francophone countries had put their hat in and said, we want Dakar to be the headquarters of the OAU. Nigeria had said that too. So he went to that meeting, and he had several friends, though, like the Guinea delegation, which was led by Ismail Touré, the president,
Yes.
the president's brother. And there was Diallo Telly there. He was a very good friend of my father. And there was Abdelaziz Bouteflika, and so many others, like the foreign minister of, Bouteflika. Yeah, they used to call each other brothers back then. And then there was Khalifa Smart of Sierra Leone. So he talked to them first. He got their backing. And then he decided to talk to the Francophone countries. And he convinced them that at the end, since everyone was going to vote for Addis, why not make it unanimous? That's what he told them. And he convinced them, and they voted for Addis, including a neighbor that was at odds with Ethiopia. The Somali foreign minister also voted for Addis, which made it perfect, I
think you have actually resuscitated and resurrected your father's legacy, don't you think so?
I hope that people will be able to read it and understand the work and sacrifices that he made to better his people, the African people.
And thank you for your input.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Makonnen Ketema speaking to VOA's Yeheyes Wuhib.